Hey guys, I want to welcome you to session 2 of the Gospel Project Life Group curriculum. Today I want to talk with you all about a story that you are probably a little bit familiar with. You've heard about it. It's referenced on occasion in pop culture. It's the story of the prodigal son. And you can find it in Luke chapter 15. That's where you guys will be studying it today. And if you're not familiar with the story, I don't want to give you all the details, but I'll give you just a brief summary of it. The idea of the prodigal son story is that there is a young man who is going to receive an inheritance from his father. And rather than waiting until the appropriate time to request that inheritance or the appropriate time to receive that inheritance, he goes ahead and asks for it early. He takes the inheritance, he goes away from his home, and lives this crazy, chaotic life. And before you know it, he's run out of money, he's run out of options, and he decides to come back home. And what's amazing in the story is that the father's reaction, the father's response is love and grace and forgiveness for his son. Now, the brother has a bit of an issue with the response and reaction from their father, and he expresses that frustration. Now, when we study this story, when we think about this story, when we talk about this story, what we tend to do is we put ourselves in the position of one of the brothers. We usually think about ourselves either as the prodigal who has lived a life of sin and done so many things wrong, but comes back and hopes for God to forgive us. Or we put ourselves in the shoes of the other son who is judgmental and very negative and frustrated with how things are going. This lesson today, when you're studying it, I'm going to encourage you guys to think through those things. That's fine. You can figure out where you probably fall the most. But I want you to understand today that the story is not about which son we are. The story of the prodigal son is about God. It's about God's forgiveness. It's about God's grace. It's about the reality that whether we have lived what is an obviously sinful life, like the prodigal, or lived a somewhat subtle sinful life, like the other son, all of us are in need of God's forgiveness and grace. All of us are in need of God's love. And I hope that in your lesson today, you guys will have some good discussion on those facts and on that truth. I hope and I pray that you guys will begin to recognize, understand, and appreciate the love and forgiveness that God shows you every single day. I hope you have a great time in your life groups. I hope that it's helpful and encouraging to you guys. I hope it's challenging as well as you discuss the difficulties and challenges that we face as prodigals and as the other son. Have a great day.